I have not done this in a long time. It's been about 6 or 7 months since I made my last video. I'm going to be making a couple videos on showing everything that I've been doing recently. But first things first, I am looking for a job. And as I'm looking into today's market, things are so much more annoying and difficult just to be able to apply to places. There's still a lot of things out there and a lot of things that you can apply to. But what I've noticed is the problem, at least for me, is that just trying to find those legitimate jobs are like the most annoying. Before, when I was younger, I could just go on monster.com or Indeed or LinkedIn or whatever, and I'd be able to see a lot of legitimate jobs. Not also that, I can sort it the right way for what I'm looking for in particular, and a lot of times I would be able to get things that were relevant to me and I would be able to immediately apply. But as time has went on, the enshittification of places like Indeed and LinkedIn have kind of taken precedent. In Indeed, if you try to go and sort by the most recent job posting, they actually hide when the job was actually posted, which before they never did. And the reason they do this is because now they can kind of obfuscate what jobs come to the top. It makes it a lot harder for you to find something that's relevant for you. Also, on top of it, it allows other people who are trying to promote their job to be seen, which actually helps out LinkedIn and recruiters and other people that are not you. For LinkedIn, they've actually been doing something called Reposts now. They're just evergreen jobs, job postings that just kind of stay up forever with no real intention of actually hiring anyone. Those companies are promoting those things, and therefore they're giving money to LinkedIn. We're kind of the client base. We're what makes LinkedIn or Indeed attractive. But for someone who doesn't want to deal with recruiters, for someone who doesn't want to deal with fake jobs, for someone who doesn't want to deal with like some sort of I-9 contracted job where you're kind of having to struggle doing stuff for a couple hours online and then kind of have to find the next gig here and there, and you're just trying to find actual legitimate jobs, it's kind of annoying. You can't filter those things out because that's kind of where Indeed and LinkedIn's money is coming from. So what can you do? You can take matters into your own hands. You can be able to make your own application posting platform for yourself and for others. And it can be free. And that's what I've decided to do. I've created something called OpenPostings. It's a collection of ATS services where essentially every single couple minutes you're grabbing in fresh job data from all of these ATSs, where then you can be able to go straight to those sites and immediately apply. It has thousands of different companies, and every single second or so you're getting in new fresh jobs that have just been posted today, or if not had been posted in particular and they're looking for someone. And this is great because of the fact that now you essentially take out the middleman of LinkedIn or Indeed. Now you're just only dealing with the application platform in itself. But how did I do this? How did I make an open source application where you get thousands of fresh jobs without having to deal with Indeed or LinkedIn? Well, I'm going to show you. So this is the diagram that I built on it so that we can kind of discuss how I built it and then kind of walk through everything. It's not fully done, but right now you can be able to go and download it. So the first thing that we need to do is get the data. As we can see here, I put in Google AI, Web Scrape, DuckDuckGo, Bing, and GitHub. What I wanted to do was find a list of companies that work with different ATSs and keep a list of them. I started with Workday because that's the first and biggest one that most people know of, at least the one I know of when I first think of ATSs. And it would be nice if Workday gave you a list of companies that they work with, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately, you have to find this information out yourself. And so I looked up the normal URL string format that you would normally expect for Workday jobs from different companies, and I found the string. It's myworkdayjobs.com, along with some other formatting in particular. That's kind of the main thing that you would want to search for. I was able to get about 133 pages from DuckDuckGo of information. And with that, I was able to get about 1,700 different URLs for just Workday. That changed everything. That made it so that now this could actually be something that's viable, because I was only just getting the information from there. I knew I had other places that I could actually potentially pull from. And the best part was that that was only the first ATS. There are numerous other ATSs that are out there And so I just started going through each one, being able to find the normal string URL format to get the careers page open postings for whatever company, and just kept pulling in data after data after data. When I was done, I had about a list of 13 different ATSs, varying from about 300 to just about near 2,000 different URLs. Things like Greenhouse, icims, jobvite, lever, ashby. It was just so much information, and I knew that this was something that I could be able to really use. From here, now we need to actually go into the pessimism phase, the cleanup and normalize data. Yes, I was able to pull about 12,000 different URLs, but how many of those URLs actually go somewhere? How many of those URLs are actually going to be something that I can use where I can pull back actual job postings? Because this first section was only about pulling up the company page, so to speak, where jobs would naturally come up for those postings. That's one thing. But it's another when, let's say, we want to try to actually programmably get just the job postings. We'll need to know the method of how that is actually being used. Doing that for Workday, for example, kind of brought that number down from 1,700 down to just about 800. But that's only because Workday in itself had just a lot of dead URLs in particular. When I tried this against Ashby, which had just about 1,600, that number really didn't go anywhere. It was just about 100 or two that were kind of lost from doing the data verification and normalization of everything. And so if I had to equate doing the others with that and taking away half, I would say that my URL strings will probably be around 7,000 different companies or URLs that you can therefore query from different job posts, which isn't bad in itself altogether. So now that we have this, now we have to do a little bit more to actually make an app out of this, because with this we can actually do some real cool stuff. And so from this, I was able to have Codex build me out and scaffold out a React Native application specifically for web, for Windows, and for Android. Those are the three that I wanted to support, and when I'm done with everything, I wanted it where a person can just download and install it like a normal installer on Windows, and have it just work like that, so that therefore a normal person doesn't need to worry about it. It's not up to that point yet, or rather it is, but I haven't been able to test it because I've actually been testing it on the web version, because that's something I'm more used to and would probably do for myself. But for others, I would see the appeal of having it on an EXE or an MSI. We're gonna go through some of how it works here. So if I go and load this up, we will have 3 terminals open. You think of it like 3 PowerShells, 3 terminals, 3 whatevers. One will be for the web, one will be for your backend, and this backend is the thing that will always pull jobs for you based on the interval that you set. So I have it set for a default of an hour, so every single hour it will try to pull in fresh jobs from the ATSs. And this one here is something that we'll talk about momentarily. Now that we have the web version, let's go ahead and go onto the web and go to OpenPostings. So this is what the app currently looks like right now. As you can see, it has jobs stored, about 50,000 jobs right now. You can see all the jobs here. You can click on a job and it will bring up the link, right? And you can also ignore a job. So if you don't want to see it anymore, you can ignore it. Or if you apply to it, you can hit save to applications and then update your status on what you've done with that application. It slowly pulls in the most recent job posting, and it pulls things from random. So it's not going to pull everything from an A to B list every single time from the companies. It's going to pull it randomly. And the first thing that I want to do is probably filter out for just Workday right now. And then I'll go to industries and I will go into information and technology software. And then from there, I'm going to say remote or hybrid only, and then hide the filters. And boom, we have remote jobs. There's one here in Texas that says Texas remote, but who knows, maybe that actually would be a job. And when I click on it, boom, it brings you directly to the actual link. I could be able to click on it right then and there. Hey, you know, no clearance, you know what I mean? So I can go for it in particular. And I do have Blazor experience, literally .NET as well in particular. So I really actually could go ahead and straight up apply for this right now, but I'm not going to, even though I should. Right? So like, you get what I'm saying. So this will help you to be able to actually start applying and not have to focus on Indeed or LinkedIn or anything like that. Say I applied for that, then I can go into applications and see all the jobs that I've applied for and do things from there and change the status or whatever, right? Since I didn't actually apply to this, I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. Deleting it will put it back in the listing unless you have hit ignore on the post. Then it won't show up ever again. And from here, that would be about it.